Welcome back to a new post today. And it's election time, and the centre's recent decision to lift the ban on exports for onions has brought out a little bit of excitement in the election areas of Maharashtra, which is going in for the second phase of elections now. And so let's analyze this decision of the centre and whether it's going to have a positive effect on the election going areas in Maharashtra. And there are some concerns regarding the retail price also, because already inflation is high, and with the exports of onions, being a very staple food in Indian cuisine, there is a concern that this decision will lead to further increase in inflation. So it was just day ahead of polling in Maharashtra's onion belt. So onion belt of India is Maharashtra and Gujarat. These are the two most important states with regard to your onion growing areas. The centre has lifted the ban on the export of the bulb now with immediate effect, and the export of the onions has been lifted from prohibited to free with immediate effect, and this was issued by the Director General of Foreign Trade. Now there is also a fixed price now, which is called as minimum export price of $550 per ton, that all the shipments of onions from India outside for exports will be subject to this minimum export price. So not only will the exports below this price floor price not be allowed, but also they will attract a duty of 40%, and this was said by the Finance Ministry. Now, taking the minimum export price along with the export duty, no onion shipment can leave the country below rupees 64.20 per kg, and this is against the All India model retail price of 30. So definitely is going to benefit the farmers. And at the Lasalgaon, which is the largest onion market in Maharashtra, in Nasik, the bulb is fetching them only 15 to 15.50 per kg. So this is going to benefit the farmers there. The decision to lift the ban on the exports was on the recommendation of the Department of Consumer Affairs, which monitors the price situation in the country, and they have said that the prices are stable, and therefore they can and because of increase in production with the recent crop, they can lift the export ban. So during the 4 to 5 years, India along with Egypt has been one of the major exporters of onions to many of our western neighbors, and the country for 4 to 5 years has been annually exporting almost like 17 to 25 lakh ton of onions. Now the retailers feel that the lifting of the ban will lead to an increase in local prices. Now this should be a wait and watch situation, but the Department of Consumer Affairs says that there is sufficient crop to especially meet the demands of the local country. The decision has been taken after considering the latest estimates of the onion production in the Rabi season at 191 lakh tons. This is what the department says. Now, availability and the prices of the onion in the global markets were also factored while taking this decision. Now, the lifting of the ban would also encourage farmers to put more onions under the crop area. The monsoon forecast being very positive and above normal by the IMD. A high-level team also visited the onion producing belt of Maharashtra and Gujarat to assess the ground situation before taking this decision into consideration. Let me tell you that the shelf life of onions is less, and therefore they have to be disposed of within 5 to 6 months. Now, because of the bumper crop in the recent Rabi crop, there was a need to lift the ban on the exports and to export the excess crop, so that the next crop storage is the storage place for the next crop is freed up. And in March, the Union Ministry of Agriculture released the data for the onion production. As per the data of first advance estimates, there was almost 254.73 lakh tons compared to just 302 lakh tons last year, and this is due to the decrease of 34.31 lakh tons in Maharashtra, 9.94 lakh tons in Karnataka, 3.54 lakh tons in Andhra Pradesh, and 3.12 lakh tons in Rajasthan. Now, last month, the official statement of the Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Public Distribution said that the government has allowed the the export of onions to 6 neighboring countries: Bangladesh, UAE, Bahrain, Bhutan, Mauritius and Sri Lanka. So why was actually the ban enforced? Now the ban was enforced last year in December to boost the domestic availability because of a decline in the Kharif and the late Kharif crops. This was needed to help to stabilize the at-home prices of the crop and also to meet the monthly consumption requirement until the next arrival of the Kharif crop. So the decision assumes importance especially before just the crucial Lok Sabha polls in the onion belt of Nashik, Ahmednagar, Solapur and Maharashtra. Farmers of this region have been demanding from a long time that the government lift the ban so that they can get a better price for their produce, and the opposition also was aiming at the government because of this, that they are neglecting the onion farmers of Maharashtra. So what are the farmers demanding? Now, the farmers demand that all the restrictions to be lifted on the exports because they want to maximize the profit. The government should free the exports entirely. This is what the farmers say, so that the farmers can get a reasonable return on their investment. The farmers normally sell only part of their harvested rabi crop and store the rest in the Kanda Chaul, which is a simple raised platform to prevent the moisture in ingress and sprouting of the onions for making staggered sales, especially during the off-season months. But the heat wave and also the early onset of the summer has led to a lot of storage loss and affected the quality of the bulbs this season. Now, onion growers constitute a very sizable section of voters in Maharashtra, especially in Nasik, Dindori, Dhule, Sirpur, Ahmednagar, Sirdi, Aurangabad and also Beed constituencies that are going to poll in the 4th and the 5th phase of Lok Sabha elections. Now the ban will help to stabilize the prices till the arrival of the rabi crop, which should meet the monthly consumption requirement of about 17 lakh ton until the arrival of the next crop. This is what the Government of India says. So now they have lifted the ban because they see that there is sufficient onions for exports, and also the global prices have increased almost 300% because of the shortage of exports from Egypt and India, who have put a ban on the exports of onions. So it's wait and watch situation, especially for two important reasons: how the government decision will impact the polls in Maharashtra, and next, what will be the impact now on the retail prices. If this affects the retail prices at home, then there's going to be an increase in the inflation slightly, because onions are consumed in all Indian cuisines all over India, and it's the main ingredient in the kitchen. So this one and elections to see, and especially the output of the further crops, especially with the farmer, the interest of the farmers, and how well the minimum export price for the farmers is going to go down. The decision was taken to increase the profit of the farmers. This also has to be analyzed. So I hope these few points were really helpful to you all with regard to the decision of the government to lift the ban on the exports of onions and its impact, and what exactly is the objective of the government. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to comment at the end of the video, and I shall see you in my next post. Until then, it's very happy learning.